If you're a woman with ADHD and you're wondering, oh, why is it so hard to cope? You're not broken. You're stuck in a hormone trap that no one told you about. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the hormone trap that you're in and the 4 steps for you to cope with it so you can finally thrive with ADHD. Okay, cool, but Eugene, you're a dude. How can you talk about this topic? Well, if you don't know me, I am Eugene Yao. I'm a dopamine coach for ADHD minds. I have worked with a lot of women and I've been seeing all these patterns. So hormonal patterns, then I had to do a lot of research and I fully understand how it works and how hormones affect ADHD. So let's get into it. So here's the hormone trap that you're in. So first, life gets stressful, right? Life stress. And life stress can come from poor sleep or like too much responsibilities or being a parent, emotional overload, not eating well enough. If you are a woman with ADHD, you have probably experienced once in your life or many times in your life a life stressor. So that is the first part of the loop. So what happens when you start stressing? Number 2 is your cortisol increases. So your cortisol increases. That means your sleep becomes lighter and your mood dampens, right? And people with ADHD, they feel this a lot more. So what happens when your cortisol increases? Your progesterone support decreases. So the easy way to remember this is every time you have an increase in cortisol, you have a decrease in progesterone support. And what's progesterone needed for? It's needed to calm your nervous system. And because your cortisol has already got up, your progesterone decreases. What happens when your progesterone decreases? Estrogen becomes unstable. And estrogen supports the brain to help with motivation, focus. So now when your estrogen drops, your dopamine is also unstable. So when your dopamine, which is in charge of what? It's in charge of your focus, your motivation, your mood. So when dopamine, here's an easy way to visualize this, right? So if estrogen is high, your dopamine is high. When estrogen drops, dopamine also drops. And the sad thing is people with ADHD, they already have a low dopamine. So women with ADHD suffer more because of this estrogen going down and being unstable. Our dopamine is unstable. Estrogen going down, dopamine also goes down. And people with ADHD already have a low dopamine baseline. So this makes focus so much worse, makes motivation so much worse, makes mood so much worse. So because of this, your search for stimulation becomes so much stronger. So search for stimulation, because when you're lower on dopamine, you want to go up here. So you start to search for stimulation, like you lay on your bed and you start to scroll or watch a TV show. But every time you do that, your dopamine also drops further and then also drops further. So your TV, every time you ingest dopamine, a quick hit of dopamine, you drop even lower. And what happens when you're constantly searching for stimulation and doing the stimulation? This increases self-blame. So now you're thinking to yourself, hey, why am I procrastinating? I'm so overwhelmed. I'm not doing the task. I'm falling behind. Why am I like this? So all these things, it increases your self-blame. And when your self-blame increases, this also increases stress. And guess what? When you increase stress, you're going back to the loop. Now you can see this loop, right? So first, something happens to your life. You suddenly feel stress. It can be for poor sleep, too much responsibility, rejection, something stresses you out, a breakup, right? And then what happens is your cortisol increases. You have lighter sleep, your mood also dampens, and because your cortisol increases, your progesterone support decreases. So cortisol increase, progesterone support decreases. Because your progesterone support decreases, your estrogen becomes unstable. And estrogen is needed to support dopamine. Dopamine starts to become unstable too. If estrogen goes up, dopamine goes up. If estrogen goes down, dopamine also goes down. And because your dopamine goes down and is unstable, you start to search for more stimulation. And that comes in the form of scrolling, TV, online shopping, binge eating, snacking. And because you're doing those activities, you drop even lower in dopamine and your self-blame starts to increase. Why am I scrolling so long? Why am I watching TV? Why am I not doing the hard task that I'm supposed to do? Why am I failing to do my laundry? This increases self-blame. Am I actually enough? And why am I falling behind? And now all those stresses in your brain increases stress, which now becomes the loop. So now I'm going to show you how to cope with this and how to beat this loop. And before we do that, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing so I can continue to make free videos every single week. Let's get into it. So step number 1 is radical acceptance. By accepting that you're in this trap, right? If you accept that hey, I'm in this trap, this is the loop that I'm in, I can be gentler on myself. So first, when you accept, what happens over here, the self-blame, the I'm falling behind starts to decrease. And if that starts to decrease, your stress will start to decrease. So the first step is you want to be kind to yourself, saying that, hey, I'm in this loop. Let's for the next 2 days, not plan, next 48 hours, let's do self-regulations. Let's work on myself and let's relax, knowing that anything that you want to do is already really difficult. It's already, your procrastination is to the max. So what you want to do is just relax for the next 2 days. All right. So first, radical acceptance by knowing that, don't shame yourself, knowing that you're in this trap and accept that you're in this trap. And the next 2 days, peel back and relax. So then what do you do in those 2 hours? 2 days, right? Number 2 is you focus on sleep. Sleep is the number 1 thing for your brain to slowly recover, to recover your stress. So the goal here is to reset your nervous system. All right? It's to reset your nervous system. So if first you are accepting that, hey, this is no longer, I understand that I'm in this loop. I understand that I'm in this loop, and now I'm going to decrease the self-blame. I'm going to be like, okay, the next 2 days I'm going to focus on myself and focus on sleep. What happens is that when you focus on sleep, this right here also decreases, because when you sleep more, your stress also decreases. It regulates your nervous system. So it's important that you do not delay sleep. Do not delay sleep. So what you can do is take a hot shower just an hour before bed. And the process of cooling down, it will put your body at a really relaxed state. And when you're really relaxed, you can fall asleep a lot deeper, and slowly you're starting to regulate it. So very important is to accept that, hey, you're in this hormone trap right now, and focus on your sleep. And for the next 48 hours, give yourself a lot of grace. All right, so number 3 is move body. If you move your body, it will decrease the stress. So take a look at this, right? So stress is already increasing. Cortisol is increasing. So if you feel like cortisol is increasing, what you need to know is that moving your body will decrease cortisol. And how does it decrease cortisol? When cortisol is in your head, then stress, progesterone decrease, estrogen decrease. What we want to do is you move your body, not rigorously while you're in this hormone trap, but just gently. Go for a yoga, go for a walk. And then the cortisol right here that is stored up in the mind, cortisol in the mind, will go towards your body. Your muscles need cortisol to move. So that's why moving your body in that 48 hours, you'll be slowly able to break this trap. Break that cycle, okay? So move your body. Always remember, move the body, calm the mind. Move the body, calm the mind. And the last step, which is the most important step, is your late luteal planning. So when your late luteal kicks in, your estrogen is going to drop. When your estrogen drops, your dopamine also drops. And when your dopamine drops, the motivation leaves your body. Like, you just want to relax. And if you have 10 tasks that you want to do in your late luteal phase, your motivation to do those tasks is very diminished. So you might end up doing 2 tasks. And then what happens to your brain is that, oh my God, I told my manager, I told everyone that I'm gonna do all these tasks. Why have I not completed 8 tasks? Then your brain goes into what? It goes back into self-blame, and this cycle will restart again. So what you need to be aware of is your late luteal phase, right? Which is 4 days before your period begins. That, if you need to start tracking the cycle, your cycle, and start planning for your late luteal phase. So let's say your late luteal phase is here and your period is here, right? So this, let's say, is 4 days before your period, minus 4 days and plus 4 days. Right here, 7 days before, you have to really, this was really important. You have to plan and execute on all the tasks that you would be doing here. If you can plan ahead of like, next week I'm about to enter late luteal, that means I won't have as much productivity, as much motivation. So I should do all my tasks in this period right here, and then plan easy tasks like admin, conversations, meetings over here, right? So when you do that, your body, you're able to relax a lot more, and you're not self-blaming yourself like, why didn't I do the things I want to do? And if you plan this right, the cycle ends. So if you are in this cycle right here, and then you constantly stress, cortisol increase, progesterone decrease, estrogen decrease, dopamine decrease, and then you start to procrastinate, you start to overwhelm and more stress, what you need to do, first step, is understand that you're in this trap. Understand that you're in this trap. Give yourself 48 hours to recover. So the first thing you need to focus on is sleep. Do not delay sleep. 1 hour before bed, take a hot shower and cool your body down. Don't stimulate your brain too much with mobile phones, okay? And after that, the next morning, start to go out for a walk. Prioritize yourself. Go for yoga, go for a stretch. And the last thing to really cope with this so that it doesn't happen again is plan your late luteal phase, all right? So remember, estrogen goes down, your dopamine goes down. Late luteal, your estrogen goes down. That means your motivation, focus, and mood will also go down. So don't self-blame. Know that you're gonna be in this loop. Know that you're gonna have lower motivation a week before your late luteal. So track your cycle, so that 7 days before, you can start executing on more tasks that you like, ease your late luteal tasks. So when you enter the late luteal, you can be a lot calmer. And I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope now you understand the hormone trap that you're in and how to beat it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you might not see my content again. And if you have, thank you so much. Your subscription and your support means that I can continue to make these free videos every single week to help you optimize your ADHD brain. I'll see you in the next one.